Voicemail on your phone. How many have a voicemail message to let people know your job on their cell phone? Anybody? It's guerrilla marketing, okay? We tend to be, maybe guys more than others, maybe, not that I'm becoming insensitive to it. I mean, I've been fired, I've been laid off a couple times in my career. But you keep going. But it can be very depressing, it can be very difficult, it can be embarrassing, like, oh, lost my job. Where is it? I don't know. But the more people you tell, the easier it gets, and guess what? People want to help. Because guess what? If they were in your situation, wouldn't you help them? Yeah, I think you would. So don't be shy about it. Anywhere you can put down that you're looking and what you're looking for. Okay? Which leads me to the 30-second commercial. How many are familiar with the 30-second commercial? Jeffrey Gitomer, give him his credit, it's in his book, but it's online. Basically, you want to be able to describe what you do in 30 seconds or less. Okay? Hi, I'm Brady. Need a loan for your home? Pick up the phone. Call me.
By the way, going into both just the internet in general and YouTube more particularly, and just search under elevator speech, and you'll get some great stuff.
Elevator speech, yeah. Like I said, Thursday commercial. It's called different things, but just be ready, because you never know where you're going to be talking to somebody. You never know where that, because my whole thing today is really, I want to know where you're at, and I may have some thoughts here, but most of what I've done can apply to any industry, and what it is it's networking, but it's expanding that networking, maybe more than you've thought about. And speaking of the internet too, not only can you research the company, 9 times out of 10 you can research the person you're going to interview with. If you type in anybody's name in Google, if they've had anything written about them, if their bio is on a website anywhere, it will pop up. You can put me in there, I've got chamber and different things. So all you're looking for is, I'll say this probably a couple times, it's not who knows you, it's not who you know, but it's who knows you. And that's really what's involved in networking, in getting out. And like when I walked into Starkey Mortgage, the regional vice president goes, when I walked in, he goes, I know you. You're in the chamber. I go, I didn't recognize him, but I was 6 years in the chamber, and I volunteered, and I was program chair and membership chair, and then I was president of the area council in Perimeter South. So it was really flattering to know that somebody could put a face with a name. So that was kind of nice. Plus, researching that person, you can differentiate yourself. Everybody else is coming in, I want a job. It's like, but if you can, talk to them about their background, or maybe there's a connection, or you find out they're from the town you grew up in. That's why I like to tell people from Watertown, New York. If anybody's been that far north, they deserve to know who I am, because not that many people are from up that far north. Going forward, that everybody knows. What are some of the ways you guys are job hunting right now? Where are you looking? Online? Newspaper? Shout it out. Anybody?
Mostly networking, trying to network.
Okay. What kind of networking are you doing? What kind of groups? What kind of...
I'm not groups, but I'm just kind of like expanding my network by going on informational interviews.
Okay.
In various places.
Good. Good. All right. And that's kind of what I'm focusing on tonight, what I call career action research. You either drive the car or you're going to have to take the bus. And what that is, if you've done your work to focus in where you want to be, okay, what's my career, what's my area, where do I want to be? And the next step is really finding people in that field that you can talk to. And my guess is with manufacturing, you guys are having to expand out beyond Charlotte. Is location a challenge? And help me out, what area are you in, and your name?
I'm sorry, my name is Doug.
Doug.
I've been in the financial services sector for 18 years. Everything from
for the money.
every aspect of the mortgage business,
Oh, wow.
the insurance business, product and program management, marketing management.
You've been a loan originator?
I have not physically done it, I've been trained in it. I spent a year in an OJT program with B of A
Oh, okay.
and learned every aspect of the business and retained most of it except secondary marketing.
Okay, cool. Very good, okay. Well, people that have a job, and that's another thing, like, you want to hang out with people who have jobs, okay? Like, this is a great group, but no offense, nobody's got a job here, okay? You gotta go where the jobs are. But go out there and find people in your area of expertise. And they're, if you call them and say, hey, do you have a job? They go, no. But if you call them and say, hey, I heard you're really good in your field, I'm interested in this field, can I come talk to you? You get 20 minutes of your time. And you go visit them. Or, maybe do it over the phone. Whatever time they may have to give you. And what that does is it's an informational interview, really trying to find out about the area, what they've done, how they've got in, who do they know. The reason I asked about area with manufacturing is because that's another thing you may have to expand outside of Charlotte. I know everybody's looking to maybe not relocate, but you have to go where the jobs are, obviously. But sitting down with folks and finding out what they did and who they know. Who else can you talk to that they know? And then all of a sudden you got a referral. Then it's a little easier to get in that next door. Hey, I met John over at this XYZ company. He said you'd be a good person to talk to about this field. And through my back in college, in the career development department, they said you'll have 12 jobs and 5 careers in a lifetime. Well, I've had about 12 careers and a lot more than 5 jobs. So I've obviously narrowed it down over the past few years. But in the beginning, that's a lot of what I did because still, unless it's changed, I don't think it has. 85% of the jobs aren't advertised. They're generally in-house. They're word of mouth. They're just not. I don't know if anybody's seen any data to the contrary, but it's still a matter of getting out. And as I look back on my various jobs, many were that network where somebody said, hey, go talk to this guy. I heard they're looking for somebody. And depending on your field, obviously some fields are going to be a little easier to do that with than others, but clearly, sales and marketing, it's talking just about anybody out there. The doing your career action research is also helpful when it comes to getting feedback. Take your resume in, help them tailor it to the industry. We've all got the resume writing books, but they may or may not be as up to date as we'd like them to be. So, hey, what's really important? What's going to help me focus in?
Bernie, let me mention, one of the things I neglected to say at the beginning of the meeting is we have within our group here a couple of resume coaches. In fact, one of them was here and he's out reviewing a resume as we speak. So if you want your resume reviewed and or cover letter, just bring it in and they'll be glad to do it. We also have a fellow that's not here tonight that's an interview coach, it's called. And if you're going on an important interview or maybe just a non-important interview, he'd be glad to work with you, even if it's just over the phone. What happens in the interview world these days is everybody's discovered this behavioral interview where they ask you, like, tell me about a time that you got in a fight with a coworker or something, that kind of thing. And you need to know how to answer those questions.
Yeah, it's different. In fact, my wife, she was looking for part-time work, and she got on at SunTrust, and it was like a 60-minute, online application/interview, and they'd ask the same question like 5 different ways pertaining to, if you saw a bunch of money on the floor, what would you do to it? To, so-and-so doesn't like so-and-so.